Ladies and gentlemen, SideStrafe back with another look at War Thunder, except this time I'm back in the clouds. I decided to fly around a little bit last night on my own. Nothing really fancy. This is just a low-tier game. Knowing how bad I am at the air combat and out of practice at that, I decided to just kind of jump back into this Buffalo and see if I could at least have some fun. This is, of course, realistic battles. I don't really like playing arcade mode, and I don't think I'm able to play simulator battles, even though I did recently buy a joystick. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do a whole lot right now, and again, I was just trying to have some fun. So, you know, don't look at this expecting any pro skills. Mistakes will be made in abundance, but I did have a lot of fun with this match, and I think it's worth sharing. So, the one thing I keep hearing about is that American teams are terrible. I keep hearing this from Bismarck and RamJB, of course, and, well, they know a lot more than I do, and I guess they think that the people that jump on the American team just simply don't know how to play. American planes are pretty popular, maybe, to the point where you have a lot of people flying them, and the more you have, the higher the chances are of having bad teams. I don't know. I'm really not sure what they mean when they talk about American teams being pathetic. But anyway, I tried not to be that guy. I tried to maintain altitude, boom and zoom when I can, use the weight of the plane to escape these Japanese planes, as you'll see a little later on. But anyways, here you can see this guy's got some bogeys on his tail, and I'm gonna try to move in here and at least scare these guys off, because my aim is pretty terrible at times. But you can see we hit one, and I think he's leaking something now, maybe coolant. Can't really tell. And I'm just trying to flip around here for another pass, but looks like he took a hit. Black smoke. Gonna try to get another solution here if I can. All the time worried about the rest of the planes flying around us and wondering when somebody's going to be on my 6. And so there's one. I decide to break off from him. I'm not a turn fighter. Keep hearing that in my head. I keep hearing Bismarck and RamJB. I think they're just sitting on my shoulders when I'm playing this game. So I decide to go after this guy instead. Missing my shots. Yes, I am using stealth ammunition. He's dead. I prefer it for that reason right there, because they don't see tracers, they don't know where I'm shooting, and they don't try to avoid my fire. I know a lot of people think it's difficult to aim with, but I actually think I do okay with it, even for a novice. I just like its performance, and I like when the enemy doesn't know where I'm shooting. I may not be perfect with it, but I can say that when I do have a target that's within a good range, I do usually manage to hit. There might be some cases where that's not true, but again, I like it. I don't think I'm going to stop using it unless there's a plane that perhaps just doesn't seem to work well with it. I don't know. Anyways, at this point, we appear to be in some trouble. You can see that I've had to fly off into some AAA, and I'm just trying to use my speed to get out of here and get away from all that red. I think my team is gone at this point, and I am now the last plane in the sky. So I'm just remembering what I was taught. Use the speed of the plane and the weight of the plane to dive and get away. And then try to maybe climb back up and then get a firing solution. At this point, I believe I was thinking maybe I can lure them towards my ships. And maybe I can get some of that AAA to fire on their planes to help me out a little bit. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going towards my fleet over there. And then maybe even if I have to, take them back to my base. Now here's the first mistake of the game. A little bit of a head-on there. Don't know what I was thinking. Probably wasn't thinking. I realize that's a mistake. Don't accept the head-ons. And you can see now I'm leaking something, a little bit of coolant maybe. So I think at this point I'm wanting to go back to base, but first I'm going to fly over our fleet and see if I can remove some of these planes from my tail here. But just going through all this flak is absolutely insane. But it is a great visual effect, very immersive, and I do kind of enjoy it. But you can see all that tracer fire, which is the reason I like stealth ammo, because I see where they're shooting, I can kind of avoid it. You know, if they were using stealth, which maybe some of them are, you know, it's kind of hard to avoid that. But anyway, I think they're trying to fire from extreme distance and not really having much luck. Plus, this plane, I think, at this battle rating or tier, whatever, I think it's pretty tough against the planes that I'm fighting against. But here I was just checking the map a little bit to make sure that I'm heading towards base. They have, for the most part, broken off due to the fact that I was luring them into the fleet. We do seem to have at least one of their players attacking AAA, which is at least keeping him busy. Hopefully he messes up and either crashes or gets taken out by that AAA. We've got this guy to our 6 high, and I'm just trying to lose him. They can't catch up to me, it seems. So at least this plane can outrun these guys. I'm just heading for base and hoping that my ground defenses there will be able to take them out. Alright, so finally making it to the field. And, you know, I haven't played air in a while. I don't remember the last time I had to land. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to be able to pull this off without completely messing up. It looks like this plane is slow enough in general for me to be able to make a decent approach. And looks like a nice landing there, at least for me. But I'm just worried about what's behind me. I know that they might have some bots remaining as well. So I'm just thinking, please, oh please, let me be safe. And then I hear my AA going off. I'm like, oh no, here they come. Is this the end for me? You know, I was thinking maybe I could try to take off again and get back in the sky, defend myself. But I was just like, well, that looks like a biplane. I think it's a bot. So I just stay the course. And he lifts up. And I'm thinking, please at least get rid of the bot. At least get rid of the bot. One less thing I have to deal with. And I'm just sitting here hoping to repair in time. And watching this guy. Hoping that, yep, there we go. A little piece of him gets knocked off. And I think that's the end of that guy. So now we just wait to repair. I'm hoping that there's nobody else up there. That's why I continue to look around. And then back to the sky. Okay, so now what? Clearly, I'm the only plane left. There seems to be quite a few of them remaining. And the only thing I can do really is try to drag them into AAA or take them out one at a time. I know that I'm heavier. I know that I can probably outdive them. I know that I can generally outrun them, it seems. But I can't outturn them, I'm thinking. So I need to maybe grab some altitude, get into the clouds, use them for cover, swoop in and hit them one at a time. Now, admittedly, I'm not that great at dive attacks. My aim going that fast down, I don't know. I don't usually hit many targets from those approaches, and it's something that I would need to really practice a lot more at. But in this case, I really just don't have much of a choice. I either do that or I just continue to lure planes into AAA. And as you can see, I'm looking at the stat screen there to see who's left. And there's a couple. I'm all by my lonesome, and I'm going to have to make this work. So anyways, I'm heading out to the objectives, and hopefully we can maybe make some use of the fleet. Alright, so at this point I had spent some time in the clouds. I decided to take a peek beneath them and see if I could find any targets, which I really couldn't. I wasn't sure where they were. I didn't know if they were by their fleet, if they had landed, if they were rearming, or whether they were just hunting me. Maybe they had went back to my base. I don't know. And at this point I'm thinking, well, there's some landing craft of theirs over here that I think I can take out. Maybe I can get their attention. They'll see that I'm attacking the landing craft, and they'll come back over here. So here's one. I'm thinking about making a pass on it. More than thinking about it, I'm going for it. And there we go. Try to get a couple shots on another one, but it didn't happen. And I'm just going to pull out of here. That should be enough to at least get their attention. And I'm thinking, well, I could maybe attack more of those, but then I really didn't want to go through my ammunition because I know that I'm probably not going to get another chance to land if they're out hunting me. The other things I'm thinking about while playing this match are what kind of ammunition they have. I don't know the planes in this game. I don't know what plane has what. But I'm thinking that they have lower caliber guns. Since this is a early tier or a low battle rating, I'm thinking that the Japanese have weak guns and that their planes are made out of paper. That's what's going through my mind. So I know that I can outrun them, I can outdive them, and maybe I even have a little bit better armor than they do. Maybe. Again, I could be wrong. I just don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. And I know that since I've got those 50 cals, that I can probably shred them if I can get a gun solution. But I don't want to take too many chances. I want to try to lure them through AAA if I can as well. But at this point, just trying to get some more of that altitude and see if they make an approach here. They know where the landing craft is. Let them come to me, and maybe we can somehow ambush from above. Now, worst case scenario is that they're higher than me and that they dive on me. You can see I'm just trying to look at the map here, seeing what other objectives I could fly over. And I'm wondering what they're up to. As you can see here, I was considering doing another pass on landing craft, but I do start taking fire, and as that happens, it forces me to look up, and then I see the planes there, at least two of them, so I break off from that approach, and I try to get away again, playing it safe, you know, trying to avoid a direct confrontation with two of them. I want them to play by my rules. I want them to try to strike me and hopefully make a mistake. I want to get them to crash. I want to get them to fly through AAA. Here you can see tracer fire inbound. I see we've got friendly fleet here. I'm going towards the ships and hoping the ships will do their job and wreck these guys. So just trying to use that speed, once again, the weight of my plane, to escape the enemy. And it seems to be working. Now just trying to get some more altitude so that I can try to make an approach of my own. Most of the time it seems like the ships are causing the enemy to break off, and it's one of those things where I just don't know how accurate the AAA is. I don't know if they're being overly cautious. Would a pro player make the attempt on my plane regardless of AAA? Or are they doing the right thing by avoiding it? I mean, it's a lot of fire down there, and it would seem like the smart thing to do is avoid it. But you can see there's some fire going up, so I'm guessing, okay, ships have a target, and now so do I, even though I can't see his name. There it is. Can I go for him? Obviously trying to climb and shoot. Not my idea of a good time. Turns into a head-on, narrowly avoiding him, and scoring some hits. Managing to break off and not take any damage of my own there, but we're running into these guys on their terms, and that's not what I want, because 2 or 3 of them together, turn fighting in the clouds, high altitude, nope, that's not my game. So I'm just bringing them back into the fleet. That's a lot of fire there. I'm almost thinking, how can you not hit at least one of these planes? Look at it, luring them right into it. And nothing yet, unfortunately. They're just not helping me out. Come on, Navy. But, so I turn around here, which I think might have been a mistake because I lose a lot of speed in doing that. And my thought process was, well, I want to bring them back through the fire. I'm thinking one of these ships has to do the job. I mean, that was the whole idea, is that the ships help me out and take out a plane or two. Taking some fire here, not doing a whole heck of a lot against me. Again, I'm guessing that the enemies just have low caliber guns. and I'm able to survive hits to the rear of my plane. But I don't want to take any chances. Obviously, I can't outturn these guys, so I'm just going to head back towards base at least, try to lose them, use my speed and the weight of the plane to outdive, and just eventually climb back up and then repeat. So it's kind of painful. You know, this was a really long match. However, I'm just not sure what else I can do. I don't know what my options are, so I'm just trying to play it safe. I'm not trying to spend the entire match running from them. I'm just trying to lure them into AAA or find a opening in their formation that I can expose. I know what this plane can do. I've played this match long enough to figure out what theirs can do, and so that's the best that I can accomplish right now. So I think it's just having to put my patience in effect here, which I think towards the end starts to wear a little thin, but at a certain point it may be warranted. Now eventually I make my escape, get back into the clouds, and look what we have here. This looks like a juicy target, and I may have mentioned this before, but I often have issues hitting targets from a dive position. It's just something I'm not great at. Maintaining the stability of the plane and then trying to get my aim just right. I have a lot of issues with it, but here I had a great opportunity, and his little turn there really just threw me off, and I couldn't hit him. That would have been a beautiful kill, and I mucked it up. I just couldn't hit him. That's all there was to it. Those things just turn so easily, and my aim is just not prepared for it. So I messed up, and I'm thinking, okay, well, I blew that, and now he's going to turn on me. I got to fly away again and hopefully not die from that mistake. Let me try to lure him back through some AAA and see what happens. Some shots clipping me here. I'm thinking, crap, did I just really screw up this whole game? All this time, is it going to be for nothing? Please, AAA, do something. There's another one coming in on me. Once again there. Just trying to fly low here. Will he crash? Will the AAA do anything? Nothing so far. I'm like, darn it, I gotta fly all the way off again and then try to get altitude and make another approach. And it's just one of those matches where you almost get fatigued. You're playing this game for 20-30 minutes, and you're seeing the same sights and sounds. It's just hard to keep up, but you have to maintain some level of discipline and keep at it. Pretend like it's real and that your ground forces are depending on you. So you can see that one guy is on us, he's braking now, but the other one is attacking our AAA. They've figured out that they can never catch me, so they're just wanting to break off, maybe deal with some of the ground targets. They're also leaking coolant, it looks like. I think that's coolant, I really don't know. Again, I'm not sure what the different colors of smoke are. Here I am just climbing once again, wanting to make another approach. I don't seem to be too damaged, but they've lost the plane now to AAA. They were probably getting tired of dealing with me, so they wanted to attack ground targets and lose a plane by doing so. So in many cases, it's just simply a matter of wearing them out, luring them far away, damaging them enough to the point where their planes fall apart. Maybe they run out of fuel. Maybe they run out of ammunition. Let them attack ground targets. They're just wasting their time. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. Once again, just checking the stats there to see what's left. Grabbing altitude and going for another approach. Here we've managed to reacquire some targets. And trying to come up on this guy, just missing some really good shots once again. I'm not going to blame it on the stealth ammo. I'm just honestly going to blame it on the fact that my aim was bad there, and they can just turn off so quickly. Using the flaps a little bit here to maybe get another solution, but it's just not happening, so I give up on that. You see some more tracer. That guy breaking off really quick, but I don't know if you just heard that, but I believe that guy ripped his wings off or something. I didn't actually see a crash notification, but I heard what sounded like a wing ripping off of a plane. Because I think, there it is, actually has crashed. It showed up a little late there. And there's one left now. This match has been going on for quite some time now, and in all honesty, my patience is wearing thin. So I'm looking at my ammo counter. I know that I have a lot of 50 cal remaining. I think that it's time to serve up some freedom. And so I'm going to make an approach on this guy. He's smoking. My plane's taking some hits. You can see we've got some bullet holes in our wings, but I can fly okay. Letting him have it. Pour it on him. He's done. A lot of nifty 50 right into the center of that plane. He's finished. And that's it. And I'm just stoked beyond belief. Even now, looking back on it, I can't believe I survived. Now, yeah, I know it's lower tier, lower battle rating, whatever, but I don't care. Nobody can take away this victory from me. This was just a fantastic game. And even though I did make some mistakes, a couple of head-ons that I accepted, I was really happy with the results. I think that I took a lot of what I've learned from Bismarck and Ram and applied it to that match there, and we carried a game in War Thunder Air, which I don't ever do, and that'll probably be one of the only times that you see me do that, but you know, I'm glad that I can share that moment with you. So anyways, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, if you are interested in War Thunder Air Forces or aerial combat in general, and you want to actually watch videos made by people that know what they're talking about, then I have to always suggest Bismarck and Ram JB. Links are in the description below. Two guys that are really passionate about aircraft, especially during World War II. They know everything there is to know about these planes and what makes them work. So go check them out. But with that said, I want to thank you all so much for joining me. I will definitely see you on the next one.